intro, and I say it when nobody's here. I'm gonna flip this over as I drive along. It's 12:49 a.m. I am at work, feeling a little bit tired. I think it's because I got the AC on in my car, and I realized the AC is one of the things that is making me tired at work. But if I don't have the AC on, I gotta fight off the mosquitoes when it's too hot. I get to fight off the heat, 1 a.m. in the morning. So we're gonna drive on the road again. La dee dee da doo doo doo. Let this flashing hang out right now. See if anyone comes hangs out with me now. I've been really blessed with the last vlogs I've been doing. Appreciate everybody that comes in. Music's still playing at the circus. I'm sure if the neighbors hear it, they're getting very irritated at 2 o'clock in the morning hearing music. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, April Love, here in Boston, wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you're finding a reason to smile, to laugh, to enjoy life, to appreciate everything and everyone around you. Yes, once again, I am yawning because that's what I do on these at work live streams. Um, what can I say? This has been a week for myself. It's been an interesting week to observe one of my favorite YouTubers kind of getting caught up in what he's got going on right now. So you hear me talk about Fuzi, Yusuf Eriket, like constantly follows the law of attraction and all that stuff, and how he's inspired and motivated me. And man, this dude had an idea a week ago, literally a week ago. The teaches the law of attraction, to give this big motivational speech. He's been promoting it all week. But here's the thing. He started promoting it before he even had a venue. before he had any other people involved. And here we are, a couple of days before the event is, you know, the date he gave, and he he locked down a venue. He got confirmation by supposedly some of the biggest names in the hip hop and music industry. He's you know he's got this big event, and supposedly it's going to be live streamed Sunday night, the 15th. He's dubbing the name of this event um, Hate Dies, Love Arrives. And he's making it this big, beautiful, positive, and loving energy type of show. He's going to give a motivational speech that he's dubbing and affirming that will be one of the most epic, most like the biggest and the best motivational speech you will ever hear. And since it's supposed to be live streamed, I'm gonna be watching it. I wish I could be going to it. Um, and give me a moment. The music's still going. Someone forgot to shut the music off. And anyone with a window open is gonna hear it. As far as me, because of what Yusuf is doing, what Fuzi's been doing. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. What's up? Thank you. Hit the like button. Nice. You got 10 more to go. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping in. You're the first one. Thank you. I've been here for almost 10 minutes. And I'm just kind of talking to myself because nobody was in here. I'm just talking about being inspired and how I've been doing my best to stay on that positive wavelength and energy. If you watch any of my videos this week, I've been talking and praying and putting it out to the universe how I want to get my husband here to the States. You also saw that I was promoting some of my shirts because I got some of my own shirts in the mail this week. So I wanted to show those off and get people to go to my website, aloveproductions.com. And anyone that comes by this, I still have a giveaway going because of when I hit 750. That is cool, and I appreciate you. And if you haven't gone to the 750 giveaway video, go to that video, listen for the hashtag if you haven't already, And the hashtag I mentioned in the video, I want people to put it in the, if you want to win the giveaway, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you gotta put your the hashtag that I say in the video. You gotta put it in the comment for that video. Because what I'm giving away is a couple of my art pieces. When you watch the video, you'll see which art pieces I'm giving away, pieces that I've created. And if it's something that you're interested in, want one of those paintings, a chance to win one, you gotta go to that video, check it out, and yeah. So, but I've been on this great wavelength this week. I've been really trying to focus on how I feel, what I'm thinking, and just life. I wanna, I'm doing my best to put it in, believe and feel and envision the things that I want in my life, that I wanna hold, taste, and touch, and feel, and all that. And I know I've been putting it out there a lot that I want my husband here. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in, Kenneth. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Just kind of rambling on. You're the second person to come into the stream tonight. I know I started kind of late, so later than I usually do. I usually try to start it at midnight. But, and just talking about some of the highlights of my week. Talking about how I'm, really working on my positive mindset and putting positive vibes out into the world and putting it out to the universe, my dreams and desires and what I want to see come into my life. And, how I've been really inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers this week. He's pulling off an amazing project that's going to go live on July 15th. He's supposed to be streaming it on the 15th. So look out for the trending pages for Yusuf, Arakat, for Fuzi. He's putting out a beautiful, loving, positive, great energy. Like, I've been watching his videos on Instagram and Twitter and on YouTube, and he's got me in tears out of inspiration and happiness and feeling good about my own dreams and desires coming true, and me just being so excited for his journey. And it's been alright, so I don't know if you can hear it, but it's 1 a.m. here in Boston. We got a circus set up across the street, across the parking lot from my job, and somebody forgot to shut the music off. It's playing pretty loud. There's no circus going on right now, obviously, but somebody forgot to shut the music off. It's not necessarily bothering me, but I think it's funny as hell. Because we got neighbors. And I just realized you can't see them. Hey, what what's going on, girl? Thank you for coming in. Did you miss me? I know you had a lot going on this week. So, tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to get a full video out tomorrow, but tomorrow starts a week-long juice fast with me and my brother are going to try to do it for a week. My mother said she's going to do it for 3 days, but she's already talking about eating stuff, whether it's a salad or just any kind of solid food. I was like, no, if you're going to do the juice fast, there's no solid food for the whole time. All you're having is freshly made veggie or fruit juices, water, or green tea. That's it. She's like, I can't even have greens? I can't have salad? And I'm like, no, I go, after the 3 days, yeah, you can have a salad, but for the first 3 days, for those 3 days, you can't have any solid food. She's already trying to find ways to get out of it, so even though she agreed to it. And there's the ghost. What's going on, Ghostly? And stuff. So I'm going to be repeating myself a couple times now because, I was alone for about 10 minutes. And then I had Aiko come in. Then Kenneth came in. And then you guys came in. Well, well, it is, I live in a house with all adults. My niece comes over maybe once or twice a week. So, it's all us. And, but, I've been talking about how I've been getting inspired this past week by one of my favorite YouTubers, Yusuf. Nice. Can you guys hear that music? Can you hear the music? No, you know what's funny, and I mentioned this already. You know the circus that's here, Circus Olay? Well, there's no circus going on, but apparently they forgot to shut the music off. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. If you can hear it on the stream, that means our neighbors can hear it. And I'm sure they're not happy to be hearing that music going on all night. Guarantee you they're going to get fined for disturbing the peace. Yeah, because that's not. It's one thing. It was like a little turned down. This is like full on noise. That's crazy. I would go investigate, but I'm not patrolling over there, so it's not for us. It's not for me. I'm sure somebody called the cops already. And the cops are like, yeah, yeah, okay. We'll go check it out. I don't know if they have, but yeah, so back to what I was saying. So I know you guys have seen my videos this week. And I've been on this positive energy kick all week. I've been reading the Quran. I've been reading that the magic book from the author of The Secret. Um, and my favorite YouTuber, Yusuf, aka Fuzi. And he he's doing something extraordinary. Like it's unheard of what he's doing right now. What he's managed to accomplish in 1 week, and it shows you the power of the law of attraction and the power of a positive mindset and believing in all that. Yeah, that's my radio show, Zumix Radio. But Fuzi is putting on this massive show in LA on July 15th, and what it started out as, right, is he went to go do a show in Australia with another YouTuber named Adam Salah, who's another YouTuber that I've been watching for the last good 4 or 5 years. And they went to do a show together in Australia, and Fuzi kind of had this idea. I saw he talked about before he even became big on YouTube. He did a 3,000 seater show in Australia before anyone knew who he was. So he was like, "How was I able to do that?" And here I am in 2018 playing to 300 people. He's talking to his management and his team and his friends that are with him. And he's like, you know what? I want to go. He's like, you know what? I bet you anything. I could go back to LA and sell out a show within the week for 3,000 people and make it one of the best shows ever. So he started to set out to do that. He put up his own money, and he started promoting the show and the date of the show before he had any guest or artist signed on, before he even had a venue. He just kept promoting July 15th, the best show you'll ever see the best motivational speech you'll ever hear, blah 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 blah. It's gonna be streamed. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. You know, I'm gonna, with the help of the law of attraction, I'm gonna get the biggest names possible to come to this thing. Here we are Thursday. He locked down I guess one of the hardest places to get in LA, a 5,000 seater venue. He got it locked down yesterday. Again, this show is supposed to happen Sunday the 15th. He just locked down the venue yesterday. He's been talking through the help of other people. He's been on the phone with supposedly some of the biggest rappers in the country that have agreed to do this show. And this show that he's planning to put on, he's not selling tickets. The event is free. There's gonna be tickets obviously to get in, but it costs nothing to anybody that goes to the show. And again, he said he's gonna live stream it. And today he did an interview with another YouTuber that is known for, like, I guess it's one of the drama channels on YouTube. He had an interview with them. He had an interview with them today, a live stream with them, and what did he say in the stream? Oh, I forgot. It literally just slipped my mind. But watching his energy, watching him through his videos, through his Instagram stories, through his Twitter, like the energy that's coming through the screen, through the words, through everything. This is one of the reasons why I've been on this kick with trying to get my husband here. Ironically, the beginning of the week, I said it in some of my first videos of this week that, on top of me, inspired by Yusuf, my husband texted me, I think it was Sunday or Monday night, bringing up the, separating and moving on with our lives, and we have to, we've waited so long, we've waited too long, and at first I agreed to it. Because I've said for the last couple of years that I completely understand if that's what he wanted. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's always the intent behind what I do. It's not only to inspire and motivate others. It's also to kind of keep myself accountable and keep myself inspired and motivated. But when I was watching the live stream that he was on today, Yusuf's, he had me in tears and shaking out of positive energy, out of look what he managed to manifest in a week, in 5 days. He literally started talking about this like Friday or like over the weekend, like I think it was Saturday and Sunday he was talking about this. And again, he didn't have a venue. He didn't have other artists. He had himself. He had Adam Sola, the other YouTuber, that were gonna do this show. But he kept saying, July 15th, July 15th, July 15th. I'm gonna have the biggest names in the industry. I'm gonna, It's going to be with nothing but love and positivity. I'm going to get all the YouTubers I could possibly get to come to this event. It's going to be a free event. I'm going to sell it out. Blah, 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 blah. And he kept talking about it and putting it into the universe that it's going to happen. That July 15th is going to happen. All before he had anything written down or etched in stone, anything concrete to back it up. And I mean, you could feel my energy just talking about it. And and then watching, because because Adam Sellers a vlogger too, you know, he'll put the camera on his camera on Fuzi, and you see Fuzi on the phone, on his computer, trying to get like the details worked out for the show. And you can feel like Adam's sitting there like, this dude doesn't sleep, this dude doesn't, and you can see it in the videos, you can tell, and you can hear it in Fuzi and Yusuf's voice. It's scratchy, he's tired, he's depleting every ounce of energy he has into this project. I guarantee you the day after, or within a day or two after this, he's gonna crash, and he's not gonna be on social media for days because his energy is like, if he doesn't collapse by the end of this, after seeing realizing what he just put together, because to be on that kind of high and then have it come to fruition, it's like that after, the excite the he's got that adrenaline's gonna come down, and he's physically gonna he's gonna crash hard. And I'm not saying it, I'm not, and with all, for all good reason, he's gonna crash, and it's gonna be completely understandable. This guy, if you watch any of his stuff this past week, he's been talking about it too. For the past year, almost the past year, he's gone up and down with his videos, took long breaks, you can see that he was lost in his mind and lost in his depression, lost in and whatever. I'm just amazed at how much. I know, and right now, like I said, I'm reading the Quran. I'm reading that book. I'm trying to put the book into practice. I forgot to, I didn't get a chance to get into a part to act on the last chapter that I read. But I just started reading it, a couple days ago, to keep my energy up and to really try to focus on the law of attraction and on my energy and on, my mindset, not just my mindset, but my emotion, my spiritual energy, because to see again what he's pulling off, and you see me doing this because I'm like, it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out, like literally. It's I don't know what to do with my energy because of what I'm witnessing. This guy that's like, he's like a year. I think he's a year or two younger than my youngest brother. And to see what this guy's accomplishing and what he's putting out into the universe and manifesting, and and even today, as much as I'm trying to help myself with my husband, and trying to put that energy out into the world, I've been looking through there's a mosquito. I was looking through a couple of Yusuf's tweets today and reading some of the comments. And in a couple of the tweets, there's a girl who kept reaching out, "Hey Nathan, how are you?" There was a girl that kept trying to get Fuzi's attention, saying, "I want to come to the show and take photos." She posted it more than one of his tweets, and I happened to see it. One of the last ones that I saw it on, somebody posted, somebody commented, and he wasn't like overly negative about it, but he like in a kind of passive aggressive way told her to stop, you know, basically telling her she's getting annoying. She's like, "Yeah, we get it." Right? And they had like a scroll of all the times that she put in the comments that she wanted to take the photos. So I took it upon myself to go, you know, you know, it's like don't knock her hustle. I said she's doing exactly what Yusuf has been showing us this whole week. She's trying to reach out and put out the vibe that she wants to do this in, hoping that Yusuf responds. So don't put her down for trying to reach her dreams. Lift her up. And people started giving me likes for it. So for like a good half hour, an hour, I kept trying to figure out ways to get Yusuf Fuzi's attention by saying, "Hey, look, I can't come to LA, but this girl wants to come. She wants to take photos. You know, you know, show that love. Like I was trying to help her get Fuzi's attention, cause he does read a lot of his comments, and he'll retweet or respond to some of the comments. So, I figured that if I started retweeting and trying to, make some noise, that he might come across it. But then again, I know from watching his videos that he's so razor focused that even if he does respond here and there to tweets or Instagrams, for the most part, he might be reading it, but going right back into work mode to make sure everything is set for July 15th. But for me, like I said, for me, the energy that's been coming out of that, watching that, that's why, like, all my videos this week, have been, you know, I didn't I tried not to make the whole thing about my husband or about my t-shirts or about whatever, but like I made all my videos this week about putting out into the universe what I want. I want help to get my husband here. I want the right people to help me with getting my husband here. I forgot that I even ordered the flag t-shirt, the Moroccan and American flag t-shirt. I almost ordered it again without realizing that I had already ordered one for myself. And when I got it in the mail, I was, and it dawned on me today, you know what? I can use this as a way to even make it even more louder that I want help. And I know it's going to come true. That's why today's video and a little bit of yesterday, I did mostly today's video, I was like, the Moroccan, I don't even remember what I called it on my website, but it's highlighted. It's one of the first, it's the featured product on aloveproductions.com right now. But I want to use that shirt as a way to pay, nobody's bought anything yet. And I even did a paid advertisement through, I'm paying for, I'm doing a paid ad on Instagram that's supposed to reach, it's supposed to be able to reach up to 5,000 people in the next 6 days. That might not sound like a lot of people. Sounds like a lot of people, but it's not a lot of people all at the same time. But like, I'm hoping that like, because I've done that before in the past and still not gotten anyone to buy anything. But it's like, I want to put it out again. I'm trying to put it out there. Look, I'm trying to do whatever I can to make this a reality. And see, the interesting is like I'm doing all this social media stuff to get people's attention to help me. The only thing that I haven't done that I keep thinking and like in see, I know I've read and heard plenty of times when it comes to the law of attraction to not worry about the how, you know? But I am worrying about the how. I'm not like stressing over it, but like there is that little voice in my head going, maybe you should be doing this. Maybe you should be doing that. You're doing all this stuff on social media, but you're not making phone calls. You're not researching things online on who to talk to, who whatever. And I'm sitting there going, and then on the other hand, I was like, no, the law of attraction is supposed to work for you. You're not supposed to work for it. The only thing you're supposed to work on is your vibration about it. You know? Hold on 1 minute. Well, they finally shut the music off. Some dude came flying out of nowhere. Alright. So, like, that might be why nothing's really. Um, no, the music's off, and I think whoever was playing it is the person that just left. Um, 30 in the morning. But there's like I said, there's a part of me that feels like I should be doing more. My biggest issue is like I don't know where to turn here in Boston. I don't know who to talk to. I don't even have money right now to even start the immigration process. But I'm trying not to worry about. And I don't even want to say I don't have the money because I don't want that to stay the scenario or the situation. I just want to, I'm trying to get myself to just do what I'm doing, putting it out into the universe, and believing that that something's gonna come out of it. In the sooner than later. And early this morning, and I said it in the vlog today. I think I said it in the vlog today. Early this morning, I almost started crying a little bit. Yeah, I said it in the vlog. I remember now. The vision that I've had for a long time is, you know, going for a long drive with my husband. Mm-hmm. Him being here in Boston and us going for a long ride, like up to Maine or New Hampshire or wherever. The only thing that's really changed over the years is what vehicle I'm driving. And today it was vivid as anything. I was driving my dream car, the Jeep Wrangler, the neon green and black neon green, four-door, black hardtop, Wrangler. That's one of the few things that when I think about it, or if I see one driving down the road, even if I see the two-door version of it, I smile. I get a tingle up my spine. I get excited. I know that's my car. I know, it's already, I've already spoken it into existence. It's just a matter of when the law of, you know, when the doors have opened enough for it to actually be in my life. But welcome back. This morning, just before I was about to lie down, or just as I got to my house, I had that vision of being in that Jeep with my husband, enjoying a long, leisured drive, most likely on the coast because he loves the coast. He loves the ocean. And I just want, the thing that I'm trying right now, the hardest to do is not worry about the money, not worry about the fact that I don't have, not even speak on what I don't have, because I already know. But focus on everything is working out, everything is falling into place, everything is aligning. And I'll be honest about one thing. Said the other night, or the other night when my husband was, brought up what he brought up. I briefly spoke to him the next morning. Told him we're not, I'm gonna, we're gonna figure it out. But I haven't really reached out to him since. We really haven't spoken. Primarily because I know where his mindset is. I know what he wants, but I know where his mind is. I know where his heart is, but he's not in his heart, he's in his mind. And as much as it may hurt us when we're trying to apply for another green card or visa for him to come here, I don't want any negative vibes right now. I need to stay in this positive mindset. I would love for him to be in this mindset with me, but for very understanding reasons, he can't get there. And the whole journey of me getting my mindset right and my vibration right, he's obviously a part of that. And right, because I know we need to be talking because we don't talk on the phone. Our primary way of talking is through Facebook Messenger. You know, and that's partly because we have to use translator, like Google Translator or whatever, to communicate what we can't express to each other, because I don't speak enough Arabic and he doesn't speak enough English, which has never been an issue for me because I've dealt with having to communicate with people that don't speak enough of English, and me not speaking enough of the other language, and we always find a way to communicate. So the language barrier has never been a big issue. Although for I know immigration, it's a bigger issue. But you know, for me, right now I'm not focused on any of that. I'm focused on just get getting my vibration so strong that I know I can sit back and let it come into fruition. And I see you, Stephanie. You know, I know my I would love to talk with my husband. I would love to share my excitement with him. And I love him, and I know if he was in a better mindset that he would be on board with me right now. But I know where his mind is. I know how he's feeling right now. At least to some extent. I'm obviously not in there with him to see and really feel it, but his silence speaks volumes. And he's a beautiful man. He's a good man. He's got a good and pure heart. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. But I also know that the last 6 years has broken him. But he's been devoted for 6 years. He's pushed through as much as he could. Can a human can. Is that something you're sensing with with your with um your reading capabilities, or you're just kind of agreeing with me? I'm just curious. I don't think it would be bad unless what you're feeling. I would be curious because you don't, because really you know me through this or whatever, but you don't, you know, in all essence, you don't know what, either one of us threw a hole in the wall. So for whatever you're picking up, it would be interesting to hear. You know, I think coming from you, it would, and knowing that you have those capabilities of catching vibes and analyzing them a bit versus somebody that's just hearing the stories or whatever and passing judgment. I feel that if you didn't have these problems with getting strong, well, dependent. That's kind of one thing he doesn't fully like about me. he doesn't. he doesn't fully like the independence. I don't think I I think he appreciates that I can be very blunt and I stay true to me, but because of the pain and because of where he is, he can't always appreciate it. In the very beginning, before we even got married, he asked me how I felt about my ex. That if I still had feelings for my ex, he couldn't marry me. And I was blunt and I was honest. I said, I will always have love and respect for my ex. We went through a lot after even knowing what. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't what I went through with my ex, you and me wouldn't be anything, wouldn't even be talking. I thank God for that because if it wasn't for God bringing my ex into the um, Islam was, I would have never read the Quran. I would have never went to the mosque and met my mother-in-law. So in essence, I can honestly thank God. And believe me, I've had the question on, okay, if we're being kept apart for a reason, you can't really question God because only God knows why the separation is there. Maybe, like you said, there's something we're supposed to learn or experience before actually being together. I get you. I understand that. I mean, definitely some of the fights that we had, um, I hear you. That's kind of this past December. It was, I think the December that I think 2016 when I started the t-shirts. I just got fed up and that was 2016. Um, his grandmother had passed away and I reached out to him. I hear you. You can be honest. Because I know he's been at a breaking point for a very long time. I guess as much as I would like to, you know, it's okay. Okay, so I asked So I asked, do you see or do you get the sense that we are me and my husband specifically? Okay, okay, cool. um, so what I asked was, do you get the sense that specifically me and my husband will be together? Still buffering. Maybe it's the universe getting involved. Any better? Okay, so the question was, do you get the sense that my husband and I are actually meant to be together, though? Specifically, him and me? And I ask obvious reasons. Because it has been 6 years. So, and I know, of course, when we first got married, I was very attached. But when we started fighting a lot, I got to a breaking point where I was able to detach enough. Yeah, and then our both of our circumstances and our individual lives are completely different. We have two different circumstances going on, other than our own relationship. Yeah, yeah. 2016, we were fighting a lot. I'll be honest. We were fighting a lot, and I got to the point where I was like, I don't care anymore. Either you're gonna work things out with me or you're gonna move on. And we went maybe about a month without saying a word to each other. Then his grandmother passed away, and I reached out, and we started talking to each other more peacefully and connecting a little bit more. And we still had our moments here and there, but he got the message that I'm not gonna tolerate negativity. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not, if you're really in a place that you want to let go, then that's what that's what you're gonna do. I'm willing to work it out. I'm willing to make the. Thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said this week, I was even surprised that I said what I said to him. Not the part about agreeing, but coming the next day, I was like, you know what? The law. If I believe in the law of attraction, I'm gonna put this strongly out to the universe. And I'm going to continue to work on my vibration. And my energy. And like I said the other night, one of the reasons why I'm fighting for this as much as I am, you know, as distant as we may be right now, as much as I always said that I would only get married once, and unless I was in an abusive relationship, I would always work as hard as possible to make it work, because I only intend to ever be married once. And the fact that, you know, he could have ended it 3 years ago. I could have ended it too, but technically I think he's supposed to do it from there because the marriage certificate's from Morocco. He'll ask me to do it, but I'm like, it's just as complicated here as it is there. And I don't want to do it any more than he does. I feel like if he specifically really wanted to end it, he wouldn't wait for my approval. He would just go file. And when he asked me to go do it, I could be 100% wrong. But I take that as he wants it, but he doesn't want to do it. So the other night when he brought it up, I told him I completely understood that if that's what he wanted, I respected his wishes. And then he asked me to do it here because he believed that the process it would be easier to do it here. I looked it up and it sounded like it would still be a hassle and cost money that I don't have one way or the other. So I'm like, it's just as complicated as here as it is there. So it's either we're gonna continue to try to figure it out and keep faith, or one of us is finally gonna get up and do something about it. Because as far as being in a romantic or relationship, not specifically with him, but just in general, yeah, I want that special someone. Obviously, but at the same time, I'm very content being on my own. And one thing that I have definitely grown, I could break that down, but my mind's not there right now. But yeah, no. But when it comes, like I said, when it comes to relationships, and I've kind of always been this way that, and I think it's partly because of how I used to get bullied when I was younger. I kind of isolated myself a lot. Um, so I kind of got to the point where, like, I don't go out of my way to necessarily talk to people. Every now and again, I just start talking. So a random person might, I might come in contact with a random person and just start talking. But like, I don't go out. Like, I'm not someone that will go to bars. I'm not a social person like that. I'm a homebody. You know. High school was actually the better part of my growing up. And ironically, I went to a primarily all black school. I wouldn't say all black, but like black, Latino. It was, more predominant other ethnicities than white. Because I purposely went to the school that I went to because it had a big music department, and I wanted to learn music. Even in high school, I never really, it was the better time that I had in school, but I never really had anyone that I called a friend. They were all more acquaintances because I didn't hang out with anybody after school. I literally went to and home, school and home. The only other thing I really did was Zoomix, where I do the radio show. If I was doing a program with them, I would go school, Zoomix, home. Otherwise, I just, you know, because I got, you know, I don't know if it was really about the bullying that happened when I was in middle school and grade school, but when I was in high school, I never went out of my way to try to make friends. I joked around with people when I was at school, but again, I didn't have anybody that I actually did stuff with, hung out with, talked on the phone. I just, even with the kids at Zoomix, I didn't have any problem with anybody, but I didn't go out of my way to try to hang out with anybody, and nobody went out of their way to try to hang out with me either. So, it was what it was. And, again, as much as I want to have someone, I hear you. I'm kind of the same way. I'm always one of the first to step up to want to help somebody and stuff. Like, even with my husband, sometimes it gets very frustrating that I know that I can help him. I know I could reach him, but when he's in the mindset that he's been in, it's hard to break through that. He's in a severe depression. He's almost 40 years old, doesn't have a job. He's married, but technically doesn't have a wife. When I do ask him, "How are you?" it's usually, "I'm sick, I'm tired, I'm sad." And then when I ask him, "Why are you sad?" It's no car, no. So, and he's from a culture. In general, I know it's a human thing, but it's also a cultural thing where, you know, he's supposed to be, he's in a culture that he's supposed to be working, being a man. He's supposed to be working. He can't find work. He's living in his mother's house. He, but again, he's not with his wife. He sees his friends and his brothers, his sister, all with families, cars, houses. People, when I tell other people, they always warn me about make sure he's not taking advantage of you. I said, well, if you knew his situation, maybe you wouldn't be asking. You know, I understand that concern, but at the same time, don't judge something that you don't actually know anything about. And I get very defensive when people kind of make, whether their intention is to be judgmental or what, or whether they're just showing concern. They make comments, and I get on the defensive very quickly on stuff like that. Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about you. I wasn't talking about you. Just, I've had family, I've had people that I've randomly talked about the situation. No, but and believe me, I've had my moments, like I said, of like, I've had moments where I'm like, maybe I should just go see if I can file from here and set him free, so to speak. Set me free too, but even though the marriage is recognized here, I could technically just move on without having to worry about the marriage certificate in Morocco. Especially since it's been so long since we've even seen each other physically. We physically haven't been face to face in 3 years, so 2015, I believe, or 14. I don't even remember. It's been that long that I don't even remember. But we be together. We can work on our connection. Money won't be as much of an issue. Because even if and that's one of the reasons why I can't go to Morocco. He's having a hard enough time just being by himself. Imagine if I did move there. Not only would he have to worry about taking care of himself, then he'd have to worry about taking care of me because I don't speak Arabic, so it would be very hard for me to find work there. I could learn the language, but it's gonna take a while. You know, or, I'm a caregiver for my mother. I do have a job right now, and I have two cats that I'm not willing to part ways with. Three cats I won't give up. So he even gets a little jealous of my cats. He's like, you do more for your cats than you do for me. And I'm like, all I do for my cats is buy food once a month. Well, maybe twice a month. But still, I'm like, I spend $40 total a month on my cats. Unless they get sick, then obviously it would be more, but He's like, you make your cats a priority over me. But again, I understand where he's coming from, you know? And during the worst part of our fighting, you know, I broke. I broke to the point where what really broke was the emotional attachment, which in some respects eyes in the distance. And I would turn the camera and zoom in, but you're not gonna be able to see it good enough. I think it's my connection, because I just got a reconnecting um, signal. I don't know, I saw reflecting eyes in the bushes along the road. I don't know if it was the coyote, if it was a raccoon or a cat. I could see the eyes in the distance, and I'm like, and I can't tell how big or small it is from where I am. My bigger question, and it's an obvious question, an honest question is, let's say hypothetically we weren't really meant to be together. Then what brought us together to get married in the first place? Why have us go to the point of marriage for us to not even be able to begin the relationship, to be together? But again, I don't. That's just an honest question. I don't see that as being positive or negative. Did I pick up a new hobby? I was trying to learn Arabic. I don't know if that counts. And in the beginning, we were both encouraging of each other. Although I do kind of feel, I just still, he does hold resentment toward um, him not being able to go out. We were waiting for immigration. I hear you. You know, like I told the story in the beginning of the week or last week about when we first got married. He had just got certified to work on the cargo ships, but he never actually got to use that certificate in work because we had just started the immigration process, and we were fearful that if he was out to sea, it was more him being attracted to me for whatever reason. And hello, Jamal. So, as far as far as him, I guess what used to happen is, you know, like I told you the story about, you know, or I told you how the tradition is that if the parent finds, you know, someone that may be suitable or someone that may, you know, they may think that their child, you know, their children would make a good match with or whatever, they would bring it up to their child or speak upon it. And out of everybody that you know she would mention, every time he would bring up, every time she would talk about me, about how I converted to Islam or how I am with my family, or you know she would talk about whatever she would talk about when it came to me. But she would also talk about other people. But for whatever reason, whenever she would talk about me, she said that he would always like perk up and have and ask questions. And normally he wouldn't do that. You know, if she was just having a general conversation about whoever or whatever, he had no interest in it. But for whatever reason, she would speak about me, and you know, that was sparking the interest. And I guess that's why I'm, I believe that's why she asked, you know, you know, why she thought to ask me for my hand for him, and if it sounded like something that, and asked him if it was something he actually wanted. Yeah, a car drove by. She asked him, "Are you really ready for this? Is this what you really want?" And he told her, this is what I was told anyway, from my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, that whenever she would bring up my name, that was the only time that he perked up. You know, Morocco. Yes, I converted in 2010. But it's funny interest in him that happened after we started talking. My hand, I wasn't interested in meeting anybody. I didn't even want to make a friend. And then as much I didn't want to meet anybody, I was playing with the idea of looking at dating sites just for the hell of it. And when I started looking on the sites, I was like, if I'm gonna do this and look at complete strangers, I might as well go and see if he would want to talk and this, see what happens. Hello, how are you? They, don't worry about it. I know what you were asking or saying, but I'm doing good. Thank you. I appreciate you asking and stuff. And yeah, soon after we started talking, I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Yes, I've been to the big mosque in Casablanca. That one's definitely very beautiful. I haven't been to any of the other ones though. And then we grew attachment to each other, and he gave up his livelihood to wait for immigration to give us a response. Because, like I said, he was certified to work on the cargo ships, but because we were waiting for immigration, I kept asking him, "Don't go to sea for." And after getting the response we did from immigration, he wasn't, his no, he's never been to the U.S. Well, thank you for still being here. I'm a little tired. but I love them. I'm just gonna leave it as it's gonna work itself out. I'm open to whatever happens. I'm putting it out, still putting it out to the universe to bring us together, that we get the help that we need. Hello, hello. Still buffering. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it though, to be honest. I'll let you go get some rest. Hello. um, I think it was a good stream overall. Salam. Welcome, salam. Now I'm getting more people. Every time I'm about to leave my stream, that's when people show up. Hello. I appreciate that. Especially most of the time, it's just me sitting in a car. Okay, I will. Fine. You don't have to be so bossy. Nice to meet you. Meet you too. Oh, they shut it off. They finally shut it down. Aww. Oh, what did you want them to sing you to sleep? No, it is not. But I appreciate it. Put all that good vibes. I need all the help I can get in every form. So, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, legally. um, the immigration took 3 years to tell us that they believe we have a false marriage. So I had to withdraw our old case, and they revoked the petition, and we haven't had the money or the resources to try to start a new case. Yes, I know. But inshallah, cool. I'll look into it later tonight. I do have work for at least another couple hours. Hello, Aaron. Thank you for coming in. Hit that like button. Oh, just for the weekend, I've worked 14 days straight, so I got Friday and Saturday night off. Awesome sauce! Awesome sauce! Hashtag awesome sauce! I'll do my best. I'll be pampering myself by doing a juice fast. And I really can't complain because I've been stuffing my face all week. Well, you know what I do already? What I do already, you know, I do my meditation when I'm in the shower, and what I do, and maybe this is too much information, but while the shower's running, because I have, you know, the stereotypical shower head with in the tub sort of deal. So when the shower's running, I lie down on the floor of the tub, and I just let the water rise. So it's kind of my version of an infinity pool or infinity tub. But I kind of do like I try to do like an infinity type thing. Obviously, it's not ever flowing because if it did, it would be all over the floor, the water. But I let the water, because you know I like the idea of it's kind of like my idea. You know, it's kind. I pretend like I'm taking a shower in under a waterfall, sort of thing. A hot tub with a shower. A hot tub and a wall. But I do that on a fairly regular basis, so unless I'm in a rush. I'm sure there is Gamal, but I need the help. I need like a lawyer or legal help to figure out the best option. Jamal, where are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? I will come and find you. Flint, Michigan? Little do you all know, I'm already under your beds just waiting for you to go to sleep so I can shake it. Flint, Michigan. So you have the issue with the water there, yes, Jamal? I'll poke you with a stick. I do the shaving. I'll wait for you to fall asleep and do the shaving cream prank. Ah, okay. All right, then I'll just jump from the ceiling. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Hot home of the Red Sox. Look, I'll just rig your room so you think that there's a ghost there. First, I'd have to look up YouTube on how to do that. I'm sure there's a video somewhere. I have a nightlight. Okay, I have a very important question. You guys gotta help me figure it out. Should I or shouldn't I get a cup of coffee? What the heck is all that light about? No, I drink it more of a dessert type thing. I don't. I can actually go a couple days without actually drinking one. And I tend to have the reverse reaction to coffee that most people have. You know, most people drink it to stay awake. I tend to crash about 30 minutes after having it. Yeah, I don't do anything more than a cup. And I really don't understand the people that get like extra large coffees. A small or a medium is good enough for me. What was that? Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I've pretty much only recently started drinking coffee in the last, say, 4 months maybe. So I don't, I just, I didn't grow into the habit, which, okay, I'm back. I lost the connection for a moment. I will stop for a moment as well. Um, but yeah, I've had couscous. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And guys, I'm inching my way up to 800. 800. I think I'm about 15 away from 800 subscribers. It's almost 200 away from um, almost 200 away from or closer to that 1K mark. I really need to get the watch time up as well, but I'm doing really well on that. Now I just need people to go buy a t-shirt. Nice. Well, I don't necessarily consider what I have a merch store because it's not specific to my channel. And really, aloveproductions.com was happened before I named my channel Alove Productions. Yeah, you gotta keep promoting it, unfortunately. That's the tough part about doing online or any business, really, is being able to market yourself properly and get the attention that you need. Yeah, no, I got t-shirts, baseball tees, tank tops, v-necks, a handful of hoodies, so far one style of hat, or one type of hat that does say A-Love on it. Where do you do your store from? I go through Shopify. Cotton cart. What's the profit margin? And is it good quality? And do you actually manage to sell? Have you sold anything? Sounds like me. Nice. LA Beast? No, I don't know him. No, the big YouTubers I watch are Fuzi, Alex Wasabi, Lily Singh, Lazy Run Studios, um, Alan Sella, Laura DIY, Humble the Poet, Roman Atwood, and Slimification. Hey Nathan, thanks for coming back in. Inshallah, Jamal. Inshallah. I've recently started watching started watching Casey Neistat too. Yeah, no, the ones I mentioned, they're really the only ones that I watch. I started with Adam Sella, and then moved on to you know, added on Fuzi and all the other ones little by little. But I don't go out of my way to look for YouTubers. I was talking about Fuzi earlier. Um, about the event that he got together for Sunday for the 15th. By the sound of it, it's gonna be insane. I'm just gonna give this like another minute and then I'm gonna end it because I think I am gonna go get coffee and I gotta go to the restroom. So, but I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out, and I appreciate those of you that actually do watch my videos. Um, those of you who've watched this week, especially putting out those extra good vibes for me and my husband. Acrylics. And if you want to continue to support me and what I do, you can always go to aloveproductions, find a shirt there that speaks to you. Um, if you want to help otherwise financially, because you can't, you only have a few bucks, you can put a donation. The PayPal's in the link below, as well as all my other links. Or you could just share my channel. Any way you can help, even if it's just in prayer, I appreciate it. I really do. And know that I'm wishing you all the best as well. We all deserve to make our dreams come true, to live our best lives, have our dreams and wishes and desires manifest into our life. God willing, Jamal, God willing. Alright, well, thanks again for coming in, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Glad people came in. You all have a good night. That's 3 a.m. here. So, you all have a good one. As always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. See you in the next one. Much love. Peace.